Alright, welcome everyone. I'm Ed the Hero, today joined by Pink and Soon for the podcast. Which one? Look at the screen.
Yeah, I don't have the channel up, so I don't know what pod number this is either, because
I
Alex
do,
is
but I
always the one
didn't
who does
check.
that.
What, like
152.
152?
Yeah, 152.
I assume it's
Yeah, wasn't
152.
150 our Halloween episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
So, let's get right into the topics.
Ooh, what are the
Pink.
topics?
Is there anything going up on your channel?
No. I didn't actually record anything this week. I wanted to, but I didn't.
Alright, Soon, do you have anything going up on your channel?
I mean, I don't upload anything on my channel anymore. I mean, I guess I could start uploading my RuneScape videos. They're very, very compelling. Yeah.
I
Right
believe
now,
it.
I'm playing RuneScape right now, and I'm just standing at a bank, fletching.
The
And
truest
I'll probably
way.
be doing that for the next hour. So,
I
yeah,
mean, hey,
very entertaining stuff.
you need it for the stats, don't you?
Yeah, it's double XP week. So,
But yeah, as for me, I have basically just decided, hey, I'm gonna work on videos in the background, and I'll just start releasing them next year because it gives me time to actually stock up. But yeah, as for topics, I actually wanted to bring up one small thing concerning the new gen that I found interesting. So
what's that?
apparently people have started doing on Reddit. People have started doing their own like list of games that are compatible with the PS5 because the list that someone released that said that like 10 games don't run was wrong, apparently.
Okay.
So games like I forget exactly which ones, but like for example, I know that Middle Earth Shadow of War. I think it's the second one that it has like audio delays on PS5, which is fine. You know, it's not what you want, but at least it runs. Whereas things like the PS4 Ratchet and Clank game boots up into the title screen, and then when you try to open the game up, it crashes. So
Oof.
yeah, and there's a couple of
So
games
are
like that.
those ones that have been said to be backward compatible, or are those just things that people decided
Well,
to put in and found problems with?
didn't they say that everything worked except for like 5 games that nobody had ever heard of before?
Yes, that is what they said.
So, well, I guess that was false advertisement. In which case, they could get sued.
Yeah, so people just started like I think it was actually yesterday or the day before that people started cataloging the games that actually run and don't in a separate subreddit because it's good to actually have that information.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have one from the official source.
Yeah.
Speaking of, by the way, I heard that. So, if you have a PS5, you get the PlayStation Plus collection, right?
Yeah.
You can't get that while you're on PS4. But if you sign into a PS5 and get it on the PS5, you can then access the entire collection on the PS4.
I wouldn't
So
know.
if anyone, if anyone picks up PS5, they could just sign us all in and get us all of those games for free.
Ha!
Yeah, I'll wait until like freaking 2025 when I'll get a PS5.
2025.
Yeah.
When the next gen is about to come out.
Right.
PS6.
I mean, soon. I don't know if I've told you this. I probably did talk about it in the general chats as well. Over here, the freaking new gen consoles don't cost like $500 like over there. They raised it by
I know. They
yeah,
cost way more. Yeah.
yeah. And like
I know.
I couldn't afford the $500 that they would have wanted, but at least it was realistic. Not anymore.
Yeah. Like I heard Brazil costs like $800.
Yeah, in Brazil I think it costs like I don't know, like half a year's worth of salary or something.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I remember hearing something like that. And then that's not talking about the games. That's just the console. So
Well, I mean, there's also like scalpers are making prices in the US crazy as well. Have you seen like the scalper prices?
No.
They're selling them at like $1,100.
Wow.
They're basically buying the PS5s out of stock, storing them, and then selling them at a way escalated at like double the price.
Well, it's a thing.
Yeah, it is a thing. Scalpers are the worst.
Yeah.
Indeed. It's
I think-
always
I
interesting the first initial months of a new console generation.
Yeah, I think Ted might have been a scalper at one point for like action figures.
Yeah. I think he said that he was, but or
Yeah.
he wasn't a scalper per se.
Okay.
I think he said that like he technically I from what I remember he was, but he didn't put like $500 on the base price. He only put like 60 at most, and then after a while he just felt that was also being an asshole, so he stopped.
Because it kind of was being an asshole.
Yeah. And he recognized that from what I remember. So hey,
That's good.
yeah.
Hopefully, other scalpers mature in a similar way.
Yeah. But yeah, another thing is how like have y'all heard about the whole e-cig thing with how vape smoke like people at first blew vape smoke into the Xbox to make pranks or whatever to make it seem like it's melting, and then the new Xboxes wouldn't start up, and
Right.
the Xbox put out a thing. But from what I read, after that is that like even being adjacent to vape smoke can damage the new Series X Xboxes.
Well, that isn't that doesn't that cut them out of like 90% of their player base for Xbox?
It would. That's the thing. Like that's why I find it surprising. If that is true, then that is a weird function to have.
On one hand, I'd like to know who the first idiot was to blow vape smoke into their console. On the other hand, people are stupid, so that list, well, it's not going to be a single name, probably. It's going to be basically an entire state. I'm looking at you, Florida.
More like Colorado.
Yeah.
Oregon now, actually.
Yeah, man. It's like hard drugs. We're legalized now. Yeah.
Decriminalized.
In Oregon, it wouldn't be vape smoke. It would be mat smoke.
Oh, yeah. You'd just be shooting heroin into the console.
Yeah, straight into the water cooling system.
Shoot heroin into my veins when I can shoot them into the wire.
It makes the system run faster. Believe me.
Yeah, you shoot the heroin into the water cooling system, and it increases the SSD's load times by 1.5%.
Look at all these frames I'm getting after injecting a little bit of meth into it. It's great.
Oh, if you wanna emulate like old PC Engine and shit like that, those old games, you need to inject freaking like I forget which one it was that slows you down. I guess Weed. Weed is the one I know.
Any depressant, really.
Yeah, just pop some Zans into your Xbox.
Heroin definitely slows you down.
Well then,
you young hip kids out there, don't vape around your Xbox.
Yeah, please
vape. PS4? Is that vape proof or is
Probably. That? I assume that the Xbox problem is the huge vents.
Yeah,
you know, how, like there's those basically like the top and bottom are full of holes that are used to vent, and I assume that that's what causes the problem.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of where the vents even are on the PlayStation 5 because that thing is such a weird looking way.
You know the size?
I didn't think you could lay it horizontally, and then people said, "Yeah,
so
you can lay it horizontally."
Yeah, so the vents are in the area between like the two side panels, and the console itself.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's where it vents out of.
Nifty.
Uh,
Yep. Things you'll think about for about 5 minutes after you bought the console and then forget about for the rest of your life.
yeah,
Yep, and forget to clean it.
Yep. Do
definitely.
you know how many times I've cleaned my Xbox vents?
None.
Once.
Once? Oh,
Once
you're
when I
better
first
than
got it.
you're better than me with my PS4.
I I clean my
I
con
definitely never cleaned any of my PS3 vents. That's for certain.
Hmm.
I clean my
It still works, so
I
can't be
clean
that bad.
clean my consoles like bi-yearly, but hey, at least they get cleaned once in a while. uh, so yeah. Also, I just remembered I forgot to list the things that are coming out on the channel this week. So on Monday we have Supreme Commander Part 7. Then on Tuesday, I think we have Fighting Games R Episode 17, which is Injustice Gods Among Us. Which is
Oh
like I titled it Injustice Goes Among Us. Really, it's just hey, we played Injustice for a week. Let's shit talk Mortal Kombat for a bit.
boy. Is
And
Gods Among Us the second one or the first one?
the first one.
The first one, yeah.
Okay.
And then on Friday we have Getting Away with Gary's Mod Murder, which is also
Oh man.
which is also the fifth part of Gary's Mod series, which is I guess a series now. Yay! And then
Yay.
that's all, folks. So soon. What have you done this week?
See? What have I done this week?
Yeah.
Well, I got Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
The base game or Ultimate?
Ultimate. That's the
All right.
only version that's
Do they even
available.
sell it as a base game anymore?
Well,
Yeah, they don't sell it as a base game.
on
At least not on
PS360
PC.
maybe. On PS360, I think they do, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have it on PC. I bought it on PC. And then I found out that Dubs had already bought it for me for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
And so yeah.
You can.
Yeah, just had it scheduled to deliver on Christmas, and yeah, rip.
It happens.
Yeah, I may have an idea with that, but oh well.
So now I have 2 copies of Marvel vs. Capcom
Yeah.
Ultimate Edition
Listen,
on the PC.
You might be able to give the secondary copy to me because W wanted to buy it for me, but because of freaking regional pricing, he couldn't.
Yeah,
He
I
was
don't
pretty
think I'll
angry
be able
about
to
that.
send it to you.
Yeah,
I
not
don't think I'll be
likely.
able to send it to you. Unfortunately.
yeah,
Oh
there's
well.
probably not a good way to bypass that region lock thing.
Yeah. I could probably, I could buy you a Steam gift card worth as much. Or, like, I could send you Steam money, I guess.
I mean that's just so much of a hassle at that point
Yeah.
for no reason, basically.
Yeah.
But
It also
yeah.
wouldn't really work because of conversion, like
Yeah.
currency conversion. Yeah. Be a bit awkward. Not sure
Anyway.
how I would even do that. Or if Steam even allows for that. But yeah.
Yes.
What else did I do? Uh, uh shoot. Oh, I started this anime, unfortunately, called The Promised Neverland on Netflix. And yeah, it's very anime. Not a fan of the anime, but I mean, it's an interesting
I
story,
mean,
I guess.
what kind of anime is it? Because there's different genres in that as well.
It's one of the, I guess horror. Horror mystery.
All right. And what is it about?
Yeah.
Because I never heard about it. What? Yeah.
It just came out recently, so
Oh.
it came out like within the past 2 weeks or so. But yeah, basically, it's about a bunch of kids that are being raised in a orphanage. A bunch of kids are being raised in an orphanage. And then it turns out that the orphanage is run by demons and they're actually a farm and they're being harvested for their brains.
Ah, sounds very Tokyo Ghoul. At least what I heard Tokyo Ghoul to be like anyway, because I don't think
Yeah,
I ever
the
watched it.
demon designs are they're good. Yeah, they have good demon designs. Uh,
Ooh,
I really don't like some of the very anime stuff. I think that the editing is horrible, just like most animes are. Just horrible, horrible editing that like is very amateurish and feels like they never went to film school or did anything like that. Just horrible, horrible editing, just like most animes. Very clunky writing, bad voice acting. All of the trademark bad things about anime for the most part. It has, but it does have, I guess, the interesting. It has an interesting overall story arc. So I'm still watching it, but yeah,
When you're talking about the
is
bad
there,
voice acting, did you watch it with dubs or subs? Because that's
I watched it with dubs. Yeah,
okay. That's
so is it a
surprising.
Netflix
so
Go ahead.
produced anime, or is it something that is now being brought over to the US?
it's a Netflix made anime, I guess. That's like Japanese made.
Okay. I was confused there because I didn't understand why Netflix would make something that is not made in the English. Why would
Yeah,
they make something in Japanese, dub it into English when their base market is basically America? I would think.
they're trying to expand their market because that's how they get higher stock value is by
True.
expanding their market. Even though they're losing money, as long as they're expanding their market, they're doing well for themselves.
Yeah, very true.
But yeah, the thing with the dubs that surprises me is usually anime gets like now anime gets serviceable to good dubs, not necessarily great, but things that won't hurt your ear usually. With
Yeah,
the, with your yeah,
Netflix is horrible at making anime from what I've seen. They're absolutely
sounds
horrible.
like it.
They think that people want like anime quality from like the 1980s, I guess. That's just horribly, horribly made and feels like it's cheaper than a donut at Dunkin'.
Ew.
Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. But yeah, it's not great. It's not great. But like I said, the overall arc, the plot arc is interesting enough to keep me going with it, even though I think all of the editing and all of the voice acting and all of the weird editing. Wait, did I already say editing?
Yes,
Anyway, it's just, yeah, a lot of the stuff is just bad.
I,
Yeah.
I was
I
going to
believe it.
I was going to suggest you a series that I heard was good that has a similar premise, but I don't remember the freaking title. So, uh, bloody hell. Oh well, whatever. Maybe if I remember it, I'll send it to you in DMs or
I
something.
wanted to try Full Metal Alchemist, but
Which one?
I. What's that?
Which one? Because there's two adaptations of Fullmetal Alchemist. There's the 2003 one, which is overall worse in quality if you ask the fans, but it has more comedic elements. And there's also Brotherhood, which is the
I
the
think
the
it was
one.
Brotherhood.
Yeah, Brotherhood is good. I rewatched it recently. Some of the like
But yeah,
it has
I
a
tried to watch
yeah.
it, and the moment that the intro started, I turned it off.
I mean, it's mid 2000s, dude. It was made in
The
2007.
intro is so bad though. It's like the most fucking cringy anime shit I've ever heard. And I've heard a lot of cringy anime shit.
I mean, hey, it could be worse. It could be lovely complex. Actually, I don't remember if that had any bad lyrics.
I don't know. It's just ew. It was gross, and I had to turn it off because I felt dirty.
But yeah, the actual the actual show is overall okay to good in quality. At least comparatively to other shonen series. Anyway, because like
Which is to say that it's going to be terrible, like every other anime is.
I mean, maybe. I like
I still
I think there's some anime that are overall good. None of them
I
are
still have
shonen
yet
though.
I still have yet to see a good anime.
I mean, do you just watch like whatever is popular because that's usually not good? Because like Attack on Titan has an interesting premise. I didn't really like the premise, so I didn't watch it. But
Mhm.
people like even fans complain about the quality dip. So I'm gonna assume that they at least have watched the series to complain about it. Then
Mm.
My Hero Academia, I watched the first 3 seasons and didn't like it. It's just Naruto, but trying to do Naruto stories better, which is a noble cause, but doesn't really make it better.
Yeah, I mean, what? Naruto fans eventually end up hating Naruto. Dragon Ball Z fans eventually end up hating Dragon Ball Z. Uh, Ruby fans eventually end up hating Ruby if they ever liked it in the first place.
Ruby is not an anime in this house. I refuse to acknowledge it.
Okay, whatever. The only good animes are the ones that aren't even animes.
Yeah, man.
The ones that are made by Americans are the only good ones.
I mean, hey, maybe you just haven't found the right genre. Like, once again, yeah.
Teen Titans, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Dragon Prince, uh, and what, Cowboy Bebop. Those are the only good animes, and they're not animes.
I don't know. I also like Case Closed.
What's that?
Case Closed. Detective
Yeah.
Conan.
I don't know what that is.
It's
Oh,
a
also
it
Treasure Planet.
yeah.
Treasure Planet. The only anime movie that's good.
I don't watch
It
anime movies, so I can't comment.
dips quite a bit in the end.
Which one does?
Treasure Planet.
Treasure Planet is amazing. The only problem Treasure Planet has is the fart alien.
The what? No,
The fart
no,
alien.
no. That stupid robot guy they find near the end, that's basically where you turn off the movie.
No,
Yeah,
no,
man.
no.
Yeah.
Treasure Planet is an amazing movie that's flawless in every way except for the fart alien.
I I disagree. I would
Well, you
much rather
disagree
exchange Fart
wrongly.
Alien for Tin Man.
Ugh.
So yeah,
I
that's your
noticed
that's
this
your
through like the Fruits Basket. That was rad.
Fruits
What's that?
I
Basket.
didn't
Yeah,
understand it, but it was pretty cool.
What?
Fruits Basket.
Fruits Basket.
Isn't that like about freaking gay basketball players or something?
No, it's like Twilight with cats.
Ah, okay. I didn't actually get around to watching it, so I just had to go by whatever people freaking gave gave me, and that's basically the description I got.
I don't know if there was basketball even in that show, but there might have been. I don't know.
Uh, yeah, there's like with anime, I'm in a weird place where I like some anime. I like the art style. Well, I usually like art styles represented in it, but then like I don't actually watch a whole lot because I found most of them to be bad.
The art style is just lazy, horrible, and very, very easy to draw.
It depends.
So
It
I have
depends.
no respect at all for anime drawing. I have none at all.
It depends. Like freaking Crayon Shinchan is very easy to draw, yeah. But then you look at something like freaking uh bloody I guess JoJo would be a midpoint. JoJo would be a
The
point where you can get close to it, but it's usually not easy to replicate.
the skill for anime comes from the animation, good animation, and very few animes have good animation. They have the weird, like, very diff animation that's also lazy, cheap, and awful. Just like pretty much everything that is anime. It's just lazy, cheap, and stiff, and poorly designed,
I mean,
and clunky.
with the cheap, I can at least give you a reason why. I don't understand the reason either, but at least I know the reason. So the reason a lot of anime are cheaply made is because for whatever reason, nobody wants to work together with each other. They all want themselves to be the big king of freaking doing Japanese animation. So everyone makes their own like team of animators, and their own studio. So nobody has money to actually make the animation. They just want to.
Yeah, well, that's cool, but Dragon Prince also had no money and has a team of like 10 people. And they made a way better looking show than any anime I've seen.
I still haven't looked into it, so I can't
Dragon
argue.
Prince was made by a team of 10 people who were also making a video game on the side. 10 people making a video game on the side, a book on the side, and a graphic novel on the side. 10 people doing all of that in like 2-3 years. So I don't think anime has any excuse.
All right.
Yeah, there was a quiet moment there. I didn't have much else to say.
Sorry about that.
Not a problem.
Did you do anything else soon? Because we are still doing that.
Did I do anything else? True. I started again on Farscape. I watched it a while back. It's a classic sci-fi TV show about a guy who gets sucked into a wormhole and travels to a different universe, or very, very far away in our universe, I guess, and finds himself in basically a Star Wars universe. And it's a really good show. It starts off kind of rough. It's very of its time, but also it's just a really well written show with a lot of good practical effects. It hasn't aged terribly well, but it's still a classic sci-fi TV show. And I just started again on that after it got taken off Netflix when I was trying to finish it the first time. Now it's on Amazon Prime, and so I just started on that with my girlfriend. And I've also been watching through Breaking Bad again with my girlfriend. So, yeah. Any questions?
One day I'll probably see Breaking Bad, but probably not
You should
anytime.
see Breaking Bad. It's on Netflix.
I have
it is.
I have no intention of watching Breaking Bad for the same reason I don't start watching like freaking like and actually anime that have went on for a while. I just can't give a shit enough to watch freaking like 500 episodes.
It's not 500 episodes. There's like 10 episodes a season, and the seasons there's only like maybe it's 20 episodes a season.
Okay,
anyway,
then I'm more likely
than 100 episodes.
Then I'm actually more likely to watch freaking Breaking Bad than One Piece. But still, One Piece. I don't remember when I freaking last checked where One Piece was, but it was not like freaking I don't know, like 550 episodes or something.
There's only 60 episodes in Breaking Bad, Addy. There's like 10 episodes a season.
Yeah, I don't care for the premise either, but yeah, that does make me more likely to watch that though.
I didn't care for the premise either until I started watching Breaking Bad and realized that it's one of the best written shows ever made.
I should really start watching that if I want to become the drug kingpin of Oregon.
Ah, yeah. Need some inspiration.
Yeah, I need some tips and tricks.
But yeah, usually when people say, "Oh, X is the best Y ever," I don't trust that shit. Like people were talking about Ghost of Tsushima, like it's the second coming of Christ, and I mean I like the game, but it's not.
Okay, the reason they say that is because there's been a big like propaganda machine going on about how single player action adventure games are like the best thing ever, and we should only ever make single player action adventure games that cater to the consumer with
that
no
genre is
microtransactions.
Having a renaissance right now.
Yeah. And so there's like a big propaganda machine, and so Ghost of Tsushima is getting caught up in that. Miles Morales is getting caught up in that. God of War got caught up in that a little bit, even though it's also legitimately the best game I've ever played. Yeah. So there's definitely been a big propaganda machine with that, and it's kind of annoying, honestly, at this point, because these games, they're not the best thing ever. They're good games. They're just not the best thing ever. Yeah, they have their problems.
And that's just how I feel about all media. Like it's
but Yeah.
it's hard. Like I won't claim, and I don't claim that anything I like is the best thing ever. It's the best for me, maybe, but like I uh I don't even know what I would consider the best thing ever I even watched because I don't give a shit, honestly. Anyway, continue with Breaking Bad.
I don't really have anything to say about it unless you guys got questions about it or Farscape.
When was Farscape released? Because I've not heard of that.
Oh, long time ago. Let me pull up when it was made. Farscape air dates. 1999. Actually,
Oh
sooner
wow.
more recent
Yeah.
than I thought. More recent than I thought. I thought it was like 80s. It
Yeah,
looks
when
like
you're
it's
talking about it,
80s.
I was thinking 80s as well. 1999. That was not too long ago. I mean, it's
Yeah,
been a decent bit since then, but not too long in the
right.
grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I mean, it does. Now that I look at it, it does look very 2000s. Yeah, let me post a picture of it to the Discord.
All right.
Timestamp. Oh wait, we don't do that anymore.
No, we don't have the budget anymore. It ran out.
Yeah, so that's what it looks like.
Oh yeah.
Yup,
So the logo.
that looks 2000s as shit. It has the freaking the alien chick from the Seventh Element or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just look at
that's
the
Fifth Element.
just look at the
The big
logo
alien
for.
in the middle there does look like he came out of the 80s, and maybe the little one as well.
Yeah, I mean the Rigel and Kadargo, which is the Klingon ripoff, and the little I don't know frog guy. Those are both very 80s.
You know,
Yeah.
I have to say
But
I have to say I at least appreciate the Blue Beetle representation
but
somewhere.
look at that logo. That logo is so 2000s.
Yeah.
That looks exactly like Firefly and Stargate. Like
Mhm.
same kind of aesthetic there.
Well, hold up. That dude on the far left there, he's wearing Max Moon's mask.
I think that's a robot.
Yeah, that's the
I
guy I
think
called
that's
the Blue
supposed to be a
Beetle.
robot.
That's the guy I called the Blue Beetle.
Yeah, I figured.
But yeah, it's a good show. It's a good show.
Pull up Max Moon. Do. Conan.
I love how the white chick they gave her boob makeup. Look at
Which
this.
Well,
Look at
that's
this.
very important, you know.
Look at the boob makeup.
ah,
Yeah,
I mean
yeah.
you have to keep
I
it
mean, it's not
consistent.
great. They could have been a little more subtle with it, but yeah, it is quite essential.
Yep, that's boob makeup. I wish Alex just jumped in as I was talking about boob makeup.
It would have been his summon.
Oh yeah, that is the Max Moon mask.
They
Just
just
dyed black, I guess.
yeah, they haven't unlocked it yet. Uh, so is it all you've done soon?
What's that?
Is it all you've done?
Oh yeah, that's all I've done.
All right, Pink.
All right. So this week, what did I do? Switch. I had something. Ah, wait, there was a demo for an upcoming Zelda game, which is a Muso, which I'm not sure what Muso stands for,
I
so I'm
don't
not
think
sure if I'm using that correctly.
I don't think that's a new Zelda game. I think that's a DLC. But yes, Pink Muso is a crowd fighter game. It's well,
Yeah. So that's basically this.
specifically, Muso is a card fighter game developed by Koei Tecmo because all of the Dynasty Warriors and Blank Warriors games are actually called Warriors Muso.
Yeah, I think that's the same developers, same guys.
Yeah, it's
I've
Koei.
actually got this right here. Let me pull it up real quick because I think it's like Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Yep, Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. They've got a demo for that out on the Switch. I played through that. It was fun. It's not great. Probably not my thing. Hi, Alex.
Boob
But
makeup.
Oh hey Alex. You just missed my boob makeup.
I told you it's
soon-
a summon. He
soon-
only missed it by a little bit.
Soon did it live on stream. He gave us a tutorial how to do boob makeup on ourselves.
Yeah. I know how to look perkier now.
Are we talking about how they had to use makeup to artificially make Natalie Portman's boobs look bigger on Pirates of the Caribbean?
No, I was talking about
Hold up, what?
Wait, what?
I need to
Or not
rewatch
Natalie
it.
Portman, excuse me. Oh, fuck. How did I... God damn it. Those two look so damn similar. Natalie Portman and fucking...
Keira Knightley.
Keira Knightley. Yes, Keira Knightley. Keira Knightley, I don't mean to insult her because she seems a decent actress and she's, of course, famously very beautiful, but she's also very flat-chested. So they use makeup to apply shadowing to imply that she has bigger boobs than she actually does. A bigger cleavage.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Elizabethan era sort of dresses that she had to wear for that film look a bit weird when you have, a flat chest.
Yeah, yeah, I see. So, but yeah, no, I was talking about this show called Farscape and how one of the characters on there has very, very obvious boob makeup. Right?
Yeah,
It's
but they
in,
kind of got to do it here because she's got white skin. I can see that in
Yeah.
the picture.
Yeah.
Hell, they even used like makeup to make the fucking shadows on her collar. What's that called? Collarbones. Collarbones.
Collarbones, yeah. And very obvious, like, cheekbone makeup.
Yeah. It's almost, you can kind of tell that character was originally storyboarded like a drawn concept, and they're trying to make her look like how the artist drew her in the concept art.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
They were just playing homage to Booyah there.
And this looks like very much something from the era where there was just all kinds of sci-fi shows floating about in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yep, you got that right.
Fucking Stargate, whatever new incarnation there was of Star Trek, Firefly.
Yep. Those are literally the ones that I mentioned as being like part of the same. But yeah, Farscape is really good. Farscape is probably one of the best that came out of that bunch. Honestly.
Can someone answer me this? Which one had Christopher Judge?
Christopher Judge.
I don't know who
I
that
think-
is.
New Kratos.
Yeah. Christopher Judge. I think that was Stargate? Yeah. Christopher Judge, Stargate. Let's see. Yeah, Stargate.
Okay, it was Stargate, okay.
Yeah, it was Stargate.
I remember I tried watching Stargate once and it was just the most boring shit.
Yeah, Stargate's very boring.
I watched the first couple episodes of Firefly and it didn't hook me. I didn't get the hype.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get the hype around Firefly, but Farscape is actually really interesting. It's definitely more out there than I think Firefly and Stargate were. Way more out there.
See, I think maybe the problem for me is I'm not a big fan of Westerns, and Firefly had a very Western presentation that I didn't understand. It's like cowboys in outer space, okay.
Yeah.
Not my thing. I like Nathan Fillion, but I'm not going to stick around for that, especially knowing it doesn't get a second season.
Yeah, I'm not.
It did get a movie though.
Either.
Yeah, it did, and it sucked.
I think the reason you didn't like Firefly was because you could not believe your eyes.
Anyways, Addy, shut up. I mean, Firefly for me is like, I was actually just talking with Mike about this last night. I try not to be a stubborn asshole who's like, well, I don't like your community, so I'm never going to give that media I'm never going to give that media a chance because I just don't like some people who watch it.
Yeah.
But I mean, over the past 10 years, I have been made so fucking sick to death of people going, oh, Firefly was so great, the greatest injustice in TV history. Watch it. No, I shouldn't be a stubborn ass and just dislike a show because I'm tired of its fans asking for more. But like, fuck, you know.
You have to deal with me asking for reboots of like every video game under the sun.
Do I? I don't remember you ever asking that.
I do that all the time. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Fight Night, Legend of Dragoon, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
I would be shocked if you have asked for any of those games to be rebooted more than once, except Marvel. Ultimate Alliance.
I have definitely asked for Legend of Dragoon to be. Fight Night and Legend
You
of
have not
Dragoon
talked
are
about
literally
Fight Night in
like
7 fucking years, man.
He has.
Yeah.
I remember him asking multiple times.
I literally
Well, yeah, but
posted in the
you
E3
have confirmation bias because you hate boxing. Shut up.
I posted in the E3 thread like every year as my first post. Like, I hope Legend of Dragoon and Fight Night get new games and Marvel Ultimate Alliance until Marvel Ultimate Alliance did get a new game. And it kind of was okay.
It was good. It just came out on a platform you didn't have.
Yeah.
It had a lot of potential. It just didn't live up to it.
Yeah. Same like Avengers. Avengers had a lot of potential, and it will never live up to it because it'll get canned before the end of the year, probably.
Oh boy.
Kate
Well, I mean,
Bishop was supposed to come out a month ago now, and
Yeah.
we still don't know when her release date is. We still haven't even seen gameplay of her.
Yeah.
Spider-Man
She
was supposed to come
out a
out.
month ago.
I mean, if I were working on a Square exec team and everyone made it clear they weren't interested in pumping any more money into this, I would just go ahead and fire the whole dev team right now rather than doing this, like, taking our time shit.
Yeah.
But then when has Square ever been known for good management?
I mean, they moved like 90% of the team off to a new game, so
Yeah, yeah.
like it's basically a skeleton crew running this shit.
Like, I have to assume that right now the priority is just get people buying microtransactions again to prove that the game has some future worth to Square.
Yeah. Yeah. Except they
Which is
released
not going to work because there's not enough content in that game to buy microtransactions for.
they released the unworthy Thor skin, right? And then it was bugged. So they took it off the marketplace. And they haven't added it back to the marketplace since.
Yeah, because the game's got a fucking skeleton crew.
Yeah.
The last
And
update
so,
will
like,
be last update will be a pachinko parlor, so you can make Square the money back.
The game got announced 5 fucking years ago, and they changed the development plan so much that the game came out now after 5 years, and is still buggy as fucking hell.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, they probably didn't honestly start working on the current iteration of the game until like a year and a half ago.
that makes sense, yeah.
From what I understand, I actually think that like development didn't even start until like a year and a half ago, and everything before that was just like trying to figure out what the fuck they were doing with this game. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Well,
Yeah, but
as soon as they announced it, I was like, what the fuck are they going to do with this game? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, all 6 Avengers, like, they're pretty well very, very different characters. How do you design a gameplay style other than, like, RPG that tries to function around all of them existing? And even RPG would be fucking stupid, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, I can just play Marvel vs. Capcom and ignore the fact that Captain America does as much damage as Hulk. I don't give a shit. But we all know Ted, and Ted considers Marvel vs. Capcom a stupid travesty because Captain America does as much damage as the Hulk.
Yeah.
And, like, a lot of people are like Ted and want things to be exactly as they were in the source. You know, they want to prioritize story over gameplay, and that is a lot of people.
Bless you.
And Marvel vs. Capcom can exist in the sphere that it does because, for one thing, it's a fighting game and it has pretty well an entirely different community to it. But also, it's smaller budget than Square's fucking oversized fucking mess that this was.
I mean, all Square had to do was take Chrono Trigger and put Iron Man in it, and it would have sold gangbusters. I would have bought it. So
Square doesn't do turn-based RPGs anymore, Addy.
I mean, arguably Square doesn't do good RPGs anymore, but depending on who you ask, I like Final Fantasy 15. The small time I got with it.
Final Fantasy 15 was hugely disappointing.
I don't doubt you.
Even
I
for
only
a
got
Final Fantasy game.
I only got like, I don't know, 2 hours in, and then they required me to use RB, which is broken on my Xbox controller. So hey, guess who's not playing the game anymore?
Yeah, I found Final Fantasy 15 really, really, really boring.
So, what were you guys talking about before I got here?
Pink was talking about Hyrule Warriors.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
The demo. I was saying that it was entertaining. Zelda uses a tablet to conjure magic and smack enemies around with Lego blocks. So that was cool. Link's fun. There are other characters. Don't ask me to name them because I have no idea what they are.
Is Pinkle in the game?
Who? Tingle.
Pinkle.
Tingle.
Pinkle.
Yeah.
Is that the little, like... No, that's not. No.
No, Pink.
Oh, the elf. The little elf.
Yeah,
No, Soon, not the pedophile elf. No.
no,
Oh.
not the pedophile elf, the gender bent Pink elf. I guess I don't know what to call it because Pinkle is just a woman just like Tingle in a pink like onesie. So
Can we move on, please?
I've never heard of this thing, so
she was in the Tingle games. So I don't expect. Yeah, Tingle had games for some reason.
I refuse to believe it.
It was on the DS.
How has Tingle got the game? But my boy Bowser, it's been, what, 80 years now? My boy Bowser still hasn't gotten his own spin-off?
Bowser's Inside Story.
It was still a Mario game, Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, but you spend half the game playing as Bowser.
That's not good enough. He's a star. He needs his own solo title.
I would actually buy
no
a Bowser
crutches.
solo title.
What?
I would buy a Bowser solo title.
Yeah, so would I, and so would the rest of the world, because Bowser's freaking awesome.
I feel like it's one of those things where Nintendo, like, sticking to the formula so much that they couldn't imagine a motivation for Bowser other than steal the princess.
Then give me a game where I steal the princess.
Well, they don't want to have a game where you steal the fucking princess because that's a little awkward, Pink.
They make
Yeah.
it
Like, Wario can get his own villain games, but that's because Wario can have a goal of, I'm going to loot this castle for cash, which isn't that bad, but yeah, a game about kidnapping princesses, which obviously, as Walt Disney-esque innocent as it is, can still have some rather awkward, like, implications I think they're going to stay away from.
I mean, they could do a double thing where they make a game where you play as Bowser racing against Wario trying to kidnap the princess, and then that sets up a Mario game where you take the princess back using the same art style and mechanics.
There were segments in Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door where you could play as Bowser, and his motivations there was to take the princess from the other people who had taken the princess. So I think that could work as a solid solo title. It gives him his motivation without making it weird.
I mean, the thing still is, like, oh, does Bowser intend to keep her, though?
She can leave in the end.
Yeah.
We'll be fine with that.
All right.
So yeah, Hyrule Warriors. Oh right, I was going to ask. So this DLC or whatever is called Age of Calamity. Is Calamity Ganon playable?
No.
Then why is it called Age of Calamity?
That is an excellent question. I wouldn't know how to answer it because I did not play Zelda Wind Waker. Except I did play Zelda Wind Waker. I didn't play the latest one, Breath of the Wild.
Is it set? Breath of the Wild comes after Wind Waker.
Here's the thing, though. Yeah, to answer your question regarding this timeline, this is a prequel that is also a sequel because the main story here is that they've got a little robot guardian thing that is at the, what I assume to be the, probably towards the end of, I just said it, Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild. I'm assuming it's from near the end of Breath of the Wild, travels back in time a couple hundred years to before everything bad goes down. So, yeah, it's time travel. It's confusing. I explain it even worse because I don't know the timeline of the games at all. Because I didn't play through Breath of the Wild.
I mean, it's all over the place. The timeline of the games.
I'm only playing a demo of this Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity before everything enters the Age of Calamity. So, yeah, I don't know if they're gonna keep things going the way they are and just have it be a prequel, or if they're gonna have everyone save the day at the end and have it be a technically sequel. I'm not gonna find out because I'm probably not gonna buy it.
I do have another question though. Is the Happy Mask Salesman playable?
No, I don't think so.
There are 25 playable characters in the last Hyrule Warriors, so I think they did include some wacky picks like him.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking about the wacky picks.
Like, let me look up the roster of Hyrule Warriors, because there was definitely something on level of fucking Happy Mask Salesman.
Lu Bu, what are you doing in Hyrule Warriors?
He is just so badass that he fucking walked across dimensions.
Yes.
Okay, I am looking. Okay, well, of course, Wikipedia didn't have a fucking list of characters. Why would it have a list of characters? Good work, brain.
I want to play as a horse.
Epona?
Horse. Epona.
One of Google's questions: what is the point of Hyrule Warriors? Well,
Yes. Exactly.
Good way now.
fuck. Why, Google? Why are you like this? Okay, I can see the roster screen. I don't see a list of roster names, but I'm looking at the roster screen. Okay, yeah, Tingle is very much playable.
What is Pinkle?
Oh man.
Yeah, they just kind of let me just copy this image because it's like pretty well every major Zelda character ever is here.
Everyone is here.
Except
for
Happy
those
Mask Salesman.
Yeah, or Pinkle.
Pinkle probably hadn't been created yet at the time of the first Hyrule Warriors.
I'm pretty sure the
wow.
DS games. I'm pretty sure the DS games came out before Hyrule Warriors, the Tinkle games.
Well, I think the Tingle games were so Japan exclusive, so distinctly Japan exclusive.
Yeah.
They're like, let's not even bother acknowledging them.
True, maybe.
Yeah. It's pretty well everyone's fucking here. They even got that crazy fucking edgelord Link, the one with what's the ultimate form that Link has in Ocarina and Majora?
Big white dude, something like that. I forget the name of it.
He's got like demon horns and a goatee for some reason.
Yes, Ronald the Blood Edge Link.
Yeah, pretty well. And they got female Ganondorf. I forget her name. Or is that the witch? I can never remember.
Mina, I think the one from Twilight Princess.
Oh boy. Okay, hang on. Let's go around. How many Legend of Zelda games have each of us played?
No.
I've played. Well, I haven't finished any, but I've played Ocarina, Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess.
I played Ocarina.
I've played Genshin Impact or whatever.
Shut up soon.
But yeah, I played Ocarina, Majora's Mask, A Link to the Past. I played the first game. I think I played the second game. And I watched a shit ton of stuff about the Wii games.
Okay, because I've only put like an hour into the first game, and otherwise all of my exposure to Zelda is pretty well through video essays.
So somehow I have the most experience by having played at least an hour in most of the 2D ones.
Noted Zelda fanboy, Addy.
Yes, I just love my Zeldas. The green one is my favorite.
We need to like make a circle of Taco Bell and shit so that we can summon Steve Vicious.
I liked when it let you play as a wolf. That was pretty cool. But aside from that,
yeah, Twilight Princess. I still want to play Twilight Princess. I think it's released on the Switch. It's one of the games where I'm like, maybe I should get a Switch when it won't be as freaking expensive. Like so far, there's only like 5 games that I want. I would want for the Switch. Freaking Smash Bros, Twilight Princess, No More Heroes. That's it.
Oh man, I need to get that fucking No More Heroes HD duology. That looks awesome.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I guess that would technically be 6 because there's no More Heroes 1 and 2. There will be 3, and then there's also the spin-off.
I ain't touching Travis Strikes Again. It sounded stupid.
It is stupid. I watched the freaking playthrough. It is a game. Like basically, I watched Matt Muscle's playthrough, and he said, "Oh well, it's supposed to be Suda playthrough Hotline Miami. I really liked it." And yes,
yeah,
that is a very good description of that game. which is why I'm hesitant about it as well, because I didn't like Hotline Miami myself. So
Ah,
they even have the Duck Child from Wind Waker.
oh yeah, that fucking.
Yeah, I think
thing.
it's interesting that they have characters crossing over from different universes. So
They've got.
they can't do that in the sequel, I wouldn't imagine, since it's kind of supposed to be mainline, unlike the first Hyrule Warriors, but maybe not. I don't know.
Breath of the Wild even have enough characters for them to form a roster out of?
Yeah,
Oh,
they have a bunch of side characters referred to as guardians.
okay.
Yeah,
They can put in the nut people who are not the Deku Nuts, because that would be too convenient.
Boy, it really ain't a Zelda roster unless you have 3 links, is it?
Legend of Zelda Fighter Z, featuring 50% link roster.
All right, get ready for the next DLC. It's Link Black.
Yes, it's Link, Super Saiyan Link, Super Saiyan God.
Throw in the J's there too, so that everybody knows you're a nerd.
So where would I even put it?
I don't know. They always call it SSJ.
Because it's
And I'm
Saiyajin,
like,
Super
fucking-
Saiyajin, but that's like,
Oh my god, shut up. They already translated it into English for you, you fucking weebs.
I don't get why people put the J either. When it's shortened,
It's been Super Saiyan in the West for 20 fucking years. Why change it now?
they didn't change
Wait,
it.
they changed it to?
In the internet, on the internet, it has been referred to as SSJ for a while. But the thing is, in sport, like when you're shortening it, I can understand it, but don't actually say Super Saiyajin when you're freaking like not talking in Japanese. What the hell? That's the part that makes me angry, because I can understand keeping the shortened version consistent somewhat between freaking borders, but like just say Super Saiyan. People will understand it. You don't need the Jin in the end. It just means
Yeah,
man.
it's pretty well a one-letter difference.
Yeah.
Oh shit! What were? Hey, Pink, what did you think of Hyrule Warriors? I know. Have you ever played a Dynasty Warriors game before, Pink?
no,
Okay, so this is a whole new experience for you.
yeah,
How does it feel to kill 100 people with one sword slash?
it's wild. It's cool for the first 10 minutes. After the first 10 minutes, you get kind of bored of it.
Yep.
That's how I felt. Yep.
Yeah, that is quite crowd fighters, yes.
there comes a certain point where it feels more like a chore to keep playing the game, so I figured
Yeah.
the demo was good enough.
Yep. That sounds like a
Plays like-
crowd.
Great to finally be able to play as Zelda, but yeah, not for me.
Is it not funny to see, like, where ordinarily Zelda is like, oh, Link sets off on an adventure. And then this game's like, oh no, fucking war.
Adventure
of
comes.
people- Hundreds of people killing each other in the fields, castles being burnt down. You know, for kids.
Yeah.
For the kids. Dig it.
I like it.
Link's kill count numbers in the thousands. He's a hero for the children.
I liked it when Zelda went back in time and killed Link in his sleep in infancy.
Why didn't she do that?
Why didn't she do that?
When?
Oh, when? I think it was between 1 and 2.
Look, don't ask Eddie to back up his weird theories, then he doesn't have anything. Oh, your mother.
Yes.
Word to her.
Anything else, Pink?
Anything else? I actually did a lot of. Why is it blanking on me right now? Guilty Gear. A lot of Guilty Gear Double X, and then I also picked up Exerd last night along with Gang Beast. Yeah,
Oh, shit.
yeah, they got rid of Robo-Kai
Yeah.
and Cliff, so that was probably a mistake on my part.
Is
But
Pink gonna be the
I
only
like
one
it
of us who
glorious.
actually pronounces key correctly?
What's that?
Are you going to be the only one of us who actually pronounces key correctly? Because W and I, we call Kai Key because it sounds better.
Is his
It's
name
Robo-Key?
actually Kai?
Yes, his name actually is in canon Kai Kiske. Yes,
That's
we've been
fucking
over this.
stupid. Okay, Pink, you don't have the you have just Exard Revelator 1, don't you?
No, I got the Revelator 2 as well.
Ooh, nice.
Oh,
That's his
okay.
Biken.
Biken.
Oh shit! Now I feel like I gotta fucking get it, so you have someone to play with. Jesus.
I'll need to get it as well, and then also a PC. This maybe sometime.
What game? What game was that?
GG
The
Exert.
sequel to Guilty Gear X2, Guilty Gear Exard.
Uh,
It doesn't have as good a netcode, and I'm not as fond of the gameplay structure, but it's still very good.
okay. Wait,
They
it
got
doesn't
rid
have
of
as
some of
good- the netcode isn't as good because the netcode seems pretty bad.
Well, the netcode's fantastic. It's just buggy.
Okay.
When the match actually starts, the netcode is fantastic. It's just that it's a beta. So
Fair.
Dude, I don't think it ever freaked out as
You all need to get
Upset.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3, so I have someone to play with.
They already. I think they already do. It's only me who doesn't have it because of regional pricing.
No. Dubs doesn't have it.
I don't
It
have
will
it. I have to check
actually-
to see if my computer could even run it.
What's that?
Oh. I'll have it on Christmas because I sent you a copy, and then you bought yourself a copy.
Can't you change the scheduled date so I can just give it to you now?
Oh, you know what? You're right. I might be able to just revoke it and give it to myself. Let me check that right now. So yeah, guys, I was like, oh man, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, that'd be a great Christmas present for Soon. He's been wanting that for a while. And then Soon messaged me on Steam on Thursday. Hey, I just bought Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and I just messaged him back. God damn it!
I looked at the fighting game sale on PC, and I saw Cross Tekken for like freaking €3, and I was like, I don't use euros. So that's the big thing with Steam and me is that like conversion rates exist. Also, currently the bank that I use for my debit card, well, it doesn't exist in Hungary. It's actually in the United Kingdom, and the place where you could actually get in contact with them, or rather, the place where you could top up your money. Yeah, they don't do that right now because of both the coronavirus and also apparently internal issues, and they may not start again. So
Oh,
I just legitimately can't buy shit from Steam, even if I would have the money.
that's terrible.
Yeah, it's nice.
What the fuck?
What?
No, what Addy just said.
Oh, okay.
I did tell Steam to send you Marvel vs. Capcom 3 right now, so if you log into Steam.
Let us see. Any new items in my inventory?
So what was I going to say? Right.
There we
So
go.
Guilty
I have
Gear
this.
Exard, how did you feel about the new roster additions, Pink?
Some of them are. I don't think I like this roster as much as the previous one.
I would say there's definitely less character to it.
Yeah.
Exard's roster new characters feel more kind of. To me, it's always been the difference between Guilty Gear X2 and Guilty Gear Exard is that it's a difference between old anime and new anime, right?
I wouldn't understand that because I don't watch anime, but yeah.
Guilty Gear X2 is kind of more in the vein of Fist of the North Star, Berserk, JoJo, or what's another good one to go with? Akira. It kind of feels like not in theme, but in aesthetic, it's very similar to those.
Right.
Whereas Guilty Gear Exard's a little closer to like Dragon Ball, One Piece, or Naruto aesthetic.
Right.
Which even with the character redesigns for Exard, the way characters look in that game. With that said, I figured you'd like Kumayun.
Yeah, I was really excited, but then it was a little chick piloting an old man, and I was confused.
I figured you'd
like-
like that part.
I don't know if it's fantastic or if it's not, because on one hand, old man, check, girl, check, but they're a combination of the same thing. I'm like, no, I just want my old man to be an old man.
Now there's Leo, I guess. Well, is Leo old? No, he's probably young. He's just got a big beard.
Yeah.
Leo is weird.
There are no frail old types in this game.
Yeah,
Sadly, Cliff bit the dust. So
I'm
R.I.P.
pretty sure he was dead by the time of freaking XX.
oh yeah, he died in the very first game.
So yeah. Did you try out Answer?
Answer is one of the ones that I did not try out or have not tried out yet.
Answer is Business Ninja.
Business Ninja. I like the sounds of that.
He's pretty like he's not the best character. You need to actually learn how to play him before you can actually beat someone. But when you do actually learn how to play him, he's a lot of fun in my opinion.
All right.
Like remember the guy who could summon balls venom?
Yeah.
Answer works in a similar way.
Uh-huh.
But instead of balls, you throw like business cards on the ground and you can teleport to them and summon clones and shit.
Oh, that sounds fun.
And there's a big frog.
Yes, there is also Big Frog. And also during the whole match, he's on the phone.
Yep, that's a character for me.
And he probably won't be back in freaking Strive, at least not for now. Maybe later.
I'd say he's got a higher chance than Bedman.
I mean, considering Bedman's dead, probably.
So yeah, Pink, did you see the character that is interesting Bedman?
Yeah.
He's something, isn't he?
It was strange.
I have to imagine when they made that character, they were like, what's the weirdest fucking character we can design?
I was going to bring someone up, but like the only one that came to my mind like immediately and this design wise that would be weirder was Arakune. So
Arakune's not weird. He's he's a blob.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about his attacks mostly, but that he's also a bit like Eddie in that way, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Arxis is very fond of character that looks like they would fight one way, and then they just do weird bullshit, and it's like, what?
Yes, I also play Faust.
Well, there's also Baiken, because, like, Baiken looks like she should just be samurai, but then she's, like, got the weird gadgets she keeps hidden up her missing arm, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Baiken is definitely the character, I think, who made the translation to Exard the best, though. Wouldn't both you agree?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, I would say so.
And I'm not just talking about the massive gain she got in fucking chest size.
Yeah, I like the new tools she got in Exard.
Oh man, I forget. Addy, you definitely remember. Does Baiken still flip what eye she's missing in Exard?
I believe so, because you pointed it out one of the times we were recording Exard.
Right, which means they did it intentionally because Baiken has a 3D model in that game.
Yeah.
So they intentionally made it where she still flips her eye, even in a game where there's 3D players.
That's awesome.
Oh man, Baiken will always have one of my favorite. Baiken and Exard will always have one of my favorite crouching animations because she has to fucking take her time because she's, despite being like probably not any older than 30, she still acts like she's a crotchety old samurai. Did they ever explain how old Baiken and Nanji are supposed to be?
Well, I don't remember how long ago the war happened, the Crusades happened in Exard, but Baiken's parents, or both of their parents, I think they're siblings, but yeah, their parents got murdered during the Crusades by Gears, which is why Baiken is having a boner for killing Gears right now.
Doesn't that make Baiken like 200 years old?
Yes.
Okay. And so she is actually crotchety and old. That explains it.
Yes. And so is Anji, somehow.
Anji looks like he ain't any older than 16.
Yeah.
A very ripped 16, but 16 nonetheless.
I mean, Anji looks like buff 24 or so year old anime protagonist, basically.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that I for the longest time I didn't know who he reminded me of. He reminds me of Yoshitora Ieyasu from freaking Sam Show.
I don't
think
know
that's
who
his
that
name.
is, but let's keep going anyways because I feel
All
like
right.
that's a rabbit hole.
I'll look at the picture while y'all continue.
So, Pink, what's your main takeaway from Ixard?
Graphic upgrade is beautiful. Stages look fantastic. The soundtrack is fantastic. Very. I don't know what the year gap is between X2,
I
double
think like
X,
10 years.
whatever we call that, and
Ooh,
Xrd.
if we're-
How many years?
Yeah, probably 10 years. Yeah,
10
the
years.
original
Yeah,
version.
that was quite an upgrade visually. So
I feel like.
it's very noticeable.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see, Eddie. I feel like X2 must have come out in like 2003, the original version of X2.
Yeah, I think XX came out around I don't remember. I think the first game came out around like 99 2000.
2002!
2002.
Is that
The original
XX?
version.
Soul Calibur 2.
And the original version of Ixard came out
2013 or 2012, I think.
2014.
Oh,
Sign got released in arcades in 2014.
all right.
And Strive is going to come out in 2021. So it's pretty well at once a decade we get a Guilty Gear game.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's a pretty healthy that's a pretty healthy release schedule, honestly.
For a series not called Street Fighter, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it helps that there's a re-release every 2 years that adds something new to an old game, you know?
Yeah.
And now I don't even think they are going to do the re-releases unless they really want to copy Capcom still. But like in theory, since they have the season pass shit, they can just do more season passes like Tekken.
Yeah, Strive is probably just going to go forward with DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably the smart decision in the long run.
Oh yeah, because I mean, whenever you get a new edition and then they come out with 2 editions after that, you're like, motherfucker. Like there are some times where you're like, I'm going to wait on getting a Street Fighter 4 copy until Street Fighter 5 releases because then I'll know what the final version of Street Fighter 4 is.
Yeah.
NetherRealm's also got a similar problem of like, well, I could buy the game now, or I could wait a few years and get all the DLC for the same price.
Yep. The Gold Edition, or Ultimate Edition, whatever they're calling it.
Yeah, fucking Champion Edition. What's the weirdest edition name any game's ever gotten?
Duplex Edition.
Suplex Edition? Oh, well, yeah, Ultra Suplex Hold was a pretty interesting one. I'm very fond of how stupid it is that the remastered version of Darksiders 1 is War Mastered.
Oh, you mean in general? I was just thinking fighting games.
No, I mean in general. Like, better
do we,
re-releases of any game. What's the dumbest name?
do we count Warcraft 3 Refunded?
Ooh! We should, but sadly that's not the official name.
Sadly.
Bank, what else you do this week, man?
What else did I do? Feel like there's something else, but it has slipped my mind. So I think that's it.
All right. Eddie.
Yes. Yes.
Yes! This is delicious! Anyways, what'd you do this week, man?
I didn't do a whole lot. I managed to finish writing the lyrics to the song I'm working on. So that's
Okay.
okay. It means I can actually start working on getting the beat down and shit like that. Which will be easier said than done, considering I have no resources, no freaking like sound banks and shit. So I'm just gonna have to make my own sounds. Hey.
I don't understand how music works. Don't look at me.
Me neither.
Well, basically,
I like listening to music, but that's it.
but basically, the idea is now is when I would start like putting the drums and the guitars, shit like that, whatever the instrument I want under it, together in the way I want it to. But to do that, I would need samples. which I don't have, or an actual instrument, which I don't have. So I have to figure out how to do one or the other. uh, and yeah, samples are actually, I think, like it, samples are half of the price of an audio or like a music making software, because
Jesus.
yeah, because you always want more samples, so you have a more diverse sound, and you can, more change shit up. Because when you do music live, the sound is not gonna be the same. If you hit the drum in the same spot twice, it won't come out. The same sound won't come out. Bless you.
Now, are you ready for me to dig up an old argument I've had with Soon?
Yeah.
I think that live music is vastly inferior to studio music.
I don't disagree.
I disagree. Obviously, hence why we had an argument over it.
Yeah.
I think live music can have like I think when the performance changes enough that like I think the performance can justify live music and actually going to live music, but overall, like, I'm just fine with freaking like studio recordings and studio like recordings or whatever. Like there's a band I listened to called that was big in the 2000s called Gilgamesh, and they have a song that got big. So now you can listen to the studio version, and you can listen to the studio recorded live version, which is just how they do the live shows, but recorded in a studio. And that's the best of both worlds, if you ask me. But yeah, like right now with that song, basically I'm in the process where you actually make the beat, you freaking do the lyrics over it, you try to figure out if you try to reach a point where you're satisfied with it, and then you send it to people so they can tell you what parts don't work, and then you rewrite. And you repeat this process until you're satisfied overall. Like
All right.
even
Well, I'm
yeah.
glad you're coming to understand something that I will never in my life be able to figure out.
And
I
the thing,
tried to
yeah.
I tried to write lyrics for songs, and I'm terrible at it.
I
I
mean,
can't.
so am I soon. Most of the freaking
Uh,
like that's the thing. Like, it's shit. You can clearly tell between the verses that I've wrote. You can clearly tell that well, I wrote these types of verses or this whole set of them at the same time when I started out. So they're worse in quality than to say the closing verse and stuff like that.
yeah.
But yeah, like making music is hard to nobody's surprise. And I'm basically trying to go into it with no formal training or anything resembling it. I'm just trying to do it by ear, which
Right.
sometimes works out, but usually not really. No.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried to write some metal lyrics, and yeah, I don't know. It kind of was okay, but not really. I don't know.
It really depends on what you consider okay. Some of the lyrics I wrote are edgy, and I recognize that they are edgy. And I don't really like them, but I mean they're there and they sound nice in my head. So we'll see if they sound nice in actual like recording, and if they do, I'll just leave them in. So
Yeah. Yeah, I only wrote my lyrics for a short story that I was working on. So, shoot. I'll probably honestly find them and post them on the Discord. But yeah.
uh, that one of the biggest things with this whole writing a song thing though that I had one of the biggest hurdles is I don't know how to read notation. I was never taught, so I had to figure out a way to actually note the melodies for myself. So I just cut it up into freaking like what's the word I'm looking for? Oh bloody hell, I forget. Like I basically cut up the words into chunks and just wrote down with dashes and dots the speed at which you're supposed to actually say the words, and that's the way I remember the melodies. It's weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did that. What else did I do? I don't think I've done anything else. Not anything
You know-
not anything to talk about on the podcast anyway.
Not anything that you haven't already done most weeks.
Yeah.
All right. On my end, I didn't do a terrible amount either. I did spend last night and a couple nights before playing The Forest with Mike. Goku popped in for about 20 minutes during one of the sessions, so that was fun. It was especially fun because you see, me and Mike were already up to like day 30 when Goku joined. And
that went well for Goku.
yeah, here's the thing with the forest: the longer the game goes on, the worse the wildlife on the island gets. So Goku just went in a cave and like just spent the entire time in the fucking cave. It's great though because Mike made a screw up in that session and accidentally made a new character and instead of loading up the character he'd been using for the past couple load-ins. So him and Goku just come out of the plane fucking buck-ass naked on day 30. And I'm armed to the teeth trying to stroll my ass across the entire length of the island to get back to them. Mike is having a grand old time, so am I. It is turning out to be a very interesting experience for multiple reasons. For one thing, the game has gone fucking berserk for some reason. Like, if I leave Mike alone for a second, he gets jumped by like fucking 10 or 20 of the toughest cannibals in the game. I did not know that these types of cannibals existed. Okay, so Addy, I think as far as you, me, and Goku got, the game had only just started spawning cannibals with blue skin, right?
Yeah. I'm assuming you're talking about Worm. The Wormy
No,
boy?
the worm has not popped up yet. We haven't got that far.
Ah,
That's how deep the worm is.
I see.
I want to see the worm.
You don't want to see the Worm. I have read up about the Worm, and you don't want to see the Worm.
Yeah, I have to imagine like it's like what the fuck do you even do against that, right?
I mean, the main thing is I don't think it's a spoiler because it's a game mechanic. But basically, if you kill the worm once, then it just spawns like smaller worms. So that's the reason I'm saying you don't want to see the worm, because I don't know how you exterminate that shit, because the wiki page didn't tell me. Like they just said it happens. One of these days the worm will show up. And that's
The
it.
worm is.
Yeah, the worm is.
That's a very confusing design. I'm looking at a picture of the worm.
It has several forms it can transform into. I know that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have not run into the worm. A couple, like, last night at the start, the game started to spawn masked cannibals, which I forgot were even a thing. Cannibals that have started wearing Leatherface, like human skin masks. Those guys are tough.
I thought you were just going to say, oh, cannibals who started wearing leather. They're just really,
Yeah.
just really into that scene.
They just come up in gimp suits, you know?
Yeah.
And I
Voldo
thought
is
that
there
was
for
the
some
end
reason.
game for cannibals. I thought that was it, right? Because, like, Pink, when you and me did our recordings of The Forest, that's as far as we got, right?
Right.
No, the game's got an even tougher tier of cannibals. Fucking albino tattooed cannibals.
Oh man, that's how you know they're serious, when they sit down for a couple hours to get tattoos.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting attacked by fucking Celtic warriors.
Dorks.
Well, I was going to say you're being attacked by freaking gym bros, but
They take so many hits to kill, too. And they mostly pop up when I'm leaving Mike alone.
nice. Do you know that he can't lift 250 sitting down?
Oh man, it's definitely been an interesting one, especially because I spent like half the game up north trying to hunt pigs to get the damn warm suit. Boy, getting the warm suit sucks on ice.
So what you're saying is you're not fond of pigs.
I am not fond of pigs. Oh shit. Oh, do you guys remember how many furs you need to get to make the warm suit in that fucking game?
Too many.
12.
1 raccoon fur, 1 rabbit fur, 4 boar furs, and 6 deer furs.
So 12, yeah. Got it.
Yeah. And like the raccoon, you need to specifically hunt at night in the forest,
Oh.
which is rough. Because you can't see
I
shit.
don't recall seeing any raccoons during a last playthrough.
Yeah, I didn't know they existed until Mike just suddenly went, what the fuck? Because he had a fire going at night and a raccoon just launched himself into it.
Nice.
Which is funny because then a couple minutes later, I was standing in front of a fire and a boar rammed right into my ass and pushed me into my own fire and then ran into the fire itself. Oh, for fuck's sake. This game's been doing stupid bullshit. I ran into, the corpses of sharks that line the beach?
Yeah.
I sprinted into one, and for some reason I ramped off of it 20 feet into the air.
Why not? Are you sure you weren't on a motorcycle?
I was on legs, motherfucker.
Are you sure you weren't on a leg cycle?
Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, man. No, the dumbest thing. At some point, I successfully killed an Armsy. A blue Armsy, which is effectively the 3rd toughest enemy in the entire game, leaving out the 2 the only things tougher than a blue Armsy are the 2 boss enemies. I killed a blue Armsy with a slingshot.
Nice.
I will never be able to replicate that again. Things have just been going fucking hog wild. Both literally hog wild and, in both ways. Oh, man. The only other thing I can think of this week that I've done, because most of this week has been spent doing either finals for my college classes or trying my damnedest to get a PS5, and boy, that has not been happening. The scalpers have been out in full season. It's a fucking plague of scalpers out there, boys, let me tell you.
Yeah, I was telling them about how like scalpers are charging like $1,100 per system.
Yeah, it is fucking crazy. Legitimately, the PS5 will sell out at any retailer. Any retailer will sell out in under a second.
Yep.
Because there have been like 5 separate lots that me or someone else in this household has been sitting down to like refresh and go instantly to the buy button every time someone else has gotten there first.
Yeah, those are the bots.
Yeah. Like the amount of actual customers buying PS5s must be infinitesimally small. I'm not fucking joking.
Oh no, I know. I've been watching from the sidelines.
There's probably 10 people who have got PS5s that are not people who get media copies.
Or that didn't buy from scalpers.
Yeah. I mean, does anyone even actually buy from scalpers outside of like the ultra rich?
If people didn't buy from scalpers, scalpers wouldn't make money and they wouldn't scalp.
Right, but how many fucking PS5s can you sell to fucking like Chris Pratt or whatever? Like, fuck, even some celebrities must have a line they draw where it's like, okay, even I won't spend that much money. Fuck.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how many, like...
Oh, man, I just had to listen to Mike yesterday bitch about Johnny Depp getting $10 million for not having to play Grindelwald anymore. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Anyways, yeah, that's been happening. So the only thing
I declined the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 copy you sent me, so you should have it in your inventory now.
No, it just refunded it.
Oh, it just refunded it?
Yeah, so I'm going on. It's good that we did this while the fighting game sale's still going on.
Yeah. So now you got back like $22.
Yeah. No, I did not buy Marvel 3 at full price. I bought it was on sale for you.
Oh, okay. And it was still okay.
Yeah, it was on sale like a month ago for the same price.
Oh, for the same price. Okay.
And what was I going to say? Right, so the only other thing I did of note is started up for the first time in a while a Warhammer 2 campaign where I felt like I was really just enjoying myself again. Unsurprisingly, it was Bretonia, which is not a surprise for Soon. And as weird as it may say, because I hate Legend of Total War, but I was inspired to give Warhammer 2 a shot again with a new mentality about it. I nearly said a new fatality. A new mentality about it. Because I didn't watch a Legend of Total War video, because LOL, fuck that guy. But I saw where someone commented on something he had said. And basically, at some point, Legend of Total War said that he actually does not consider cheesing to be a valid way to play Total War, and he doesn't consider it to be a fun way to play Total War. He claims that he cheeses through Total War on Legendary difficulty to prove how fucking stupid Legendary difficulty is. And apparently at some point he said, if you want to actually play Total War to have fun, you play on easy or normal difficulty, because that way you don't have to maximize just spamming ranged unit.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but that broke this odd mentality I've been having for like a year now of Total War of, shit, I've put like 2,000 hours into this game. I should be better at it than I currently am. So every time I open up Total War, I try to be like a fucking pro, but without cheesing, because I refuse to cheese, because those cheeses are fucking stupid. And it's because the campaign balance is just so fundamentally fucked. Like, I never have a good time trying to like take it seriously, you know?
Yeah, it's the competitive mentality. You want to be better than the people who cheese it on the highest difficulty, but that shit's hard, and not also min-maxing. It is not fun for everyone. I know because it's not fun for me, so...
Yeah, I've always hated min-maxing.
Like, it's... Oh, fuck. I mean, especially a series like Total War, where you're missing out on 75% of the roster when you do it.
Yeah.
And it, like, the competitive mentality... There are just some cases where the competitive mentality is like, whatever. You know, but then there's some cases like this. I mean, Total War playing in custom battles, like, it feels like perfectly fair, and like, you can be good at the game without sucking the fun out of it. But the campaign is just so poorly balanced. And like, but you don't, the best way is just to not notice it by going in on easy or normal difficulty. But what was I going to say? Right, so I just wanted to say this real quick. Yeah, it feels good to be playing Bretonia again. Bretonia is always a weird one, because Bretonia, if you get a good start with Bretonia, or at least as Luin Leonkar, because I'm fucking boring, and I went with Luin again rather than trying Albrecht or Fey Enchantress, which I should try someday.
They're not interesting.
What'd you say, Soon?
They're not interesting.
Fey Enchantress seems interesting because you can roll through the Southern Realms, but yeah, Albrecht seems like fun just if you try to do the Navy thing, but like the problem with Albrecht is you have to deal with the red dick immediately. Yeah. And the red dick is such a problem. I only just now killed him as Luin, and I had to pretty well take all of Marienburg to get the money necessary for it.
Did you didn't even have the Musalon mod?
No, I do not have the Musalon mod installed. Right now, I don't have any mods installed because I'm trying to go... Well, I have like 5 mods installed because it's barebone basic stuff. Like, you have to get Sebede's reduced tower range mod, or else sieges just aren't playable, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, the Musalon mod makes Musalon just completely run ram shot over Bretonia. Like, literally within like 15 turns, like all of Bretonia except for Luon is dead. If you
That's pretty well the way the game was before the Order Tide started being a thing.
Yeah, but
like
the Musalon mod makes it worse.
I can see that because the Musalon mod basically makes Musalon like vampire counts, but they're deliberately missing a couple Sylvanian units like the Black Coach, but in exchange they pick up the best, some of the okay Bretonian units. They don't get Grail Knights, obviously.
I think it's because they get like really good starter units, whereas like by default Musalon doesn't really have starter units at all. You know?
Oh, and in vanilla, Red Dick gets a free Vargolf just from starting.
Oh, okay.
I know because I had to deal with it. Which I think is a reference to an old Warhammer story where there's a Vargolf in Musalon named the Old One, which is really stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But that game is loaded with references to old Warhammer shit. What was I going to say? Right, so yeah, Bretonia is one of those cases where either your campaign gets off to a rollicking good start, or you completely fail to take on Marienburg, and you're just kind of like, well, time to restart. Because not only do you have to immediately deal with Marienburg, who has probably the best economy in the game from turn 1, you also need to take out that orc settlement in the mountains, or else, minus 20 public order, enjoy. But I got it started, I got it off to a good start, and man, I forgot how much I love Bretonia, the campaign. And when you can get good micromanagement rolling as Bretonia, it feels so good.
Yeah.
I had one battle where I think I got 0 casualties because I just was so on top of it with my Knight micro. That felt good, man. It felt good. I rubbed my nipples afterwards.
Yeah, I remember there was one time playing Medieval 2, back when like knights were super OP, and I basically
You mean realistic?
Yes. I basically was like losing this battle, and then like all I had left was basically like 10 knights in a unit. And then I just like continued to like do hammer with no anvil, and I destroyed like 600 men with just those 10 knights. And it was crazy.
If you're on top of it with micro and set the cavalry to guard mode, then like you can pull off crazy stuff of just going in and out and in and out.
Yeah.
It's Freud would be proud.
Does Pink have Medieval 2?
He does, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You need to get the last Airbender mod when that comes out.
Oh yeah, I saw it. The Fire Nation tanks just bowling over the Earth Nation soldiers.
This may be a bit lopsided. I had like one last thing to say. This is the first Bretonia campaign I've put some significant time into since they released the Bretonia update.
So Repans.
Yes, the one that add Repons and questing vows. And this is the first time I've seen that they've made peasant mobs free.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that instantly turns them from like the worst unit in the Bretonian roster to one of the best. Because now I'm playing proper Bretonia because I just buy like 3 cheap shit Bretonia peasant mobs, and as soon as the battle starts, the other guys on the opposite side of the screen, I just tell the peasants to go off by themselves and charge, just so I can get the enemy to sit there while my artillery pounds them. And I mean, my trebuchets are killing a lot of my own peasants, but I don't give a fuck now because the peasants are free. I can just replace them. Now Bretonia plays like it does in the more satirical Warhammer material where they're making fun of Bretonia, you know? Where before Bretonia was kind of like, oh, the Empire, but eventually you're just going to have nothing but knights. I'm feeling like I'm getting really happy with that game again, which is good because we're coming up on a hot new DLC that's got to be revealed probably this coming Thursday.
Oh man.
And that's got to be you getting back in, right, soon? Because aren't Wood Elves like very much your probably second or third favorite after Lizardmen?
In terms of like aesthetic or in terms of gameplay?
Whichever.
Because gameplay, they're horrible. And
the campaign gameplay is awful, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I haven't touched Wood Elves really since they came out.
Ha! Because I know in custom battles you're very fond of tree men spam.
Okay, that's true, yeah. Which I wonder, I don't have any idea what they're going to be doing with this DLC as far as Wood Elves concerned. Are they going to focus on elves, or I mean, they've got to have like some huge unit, right?
They
like
do.
Some money item unit, and it has to be Wood Elves, right? Because, well, no, the Skaven, yeah.
The Skaven are going to definitely. The Skaven are definitely going to get a big money unit in the Brood Horror.
Yeah,
but the Brood Horror is basically a giant naked rat.
Yeah, the Wood Elves have to at least get like a minor, money unit, right?
The
Like how the
only
High Elves got the lions and Marcus got the war carts.
Well, the Wood Elves are definitely going to get at least one weird. Well, all the units the Wood Elves get are going to be weird this time, man.
Yeah.
Because the only unit missing from their tabletop roster is the Meadow Chariot. Everything else, Creative Assembly is going to either have to come up with a new unit of their own creation or try and make something based off the lore or like the fucking Monstrous Arcanum books. And I realize this is gibberish to Pink and Eddie. I don't know. People keep suggesting Zotes, but like a giant reptile in the Wood Elf roster would just look so out of place.
Zoats. How do you
Zotes.
spell that?
Z-O-A-S Z-O-A-T. It's kind of like a lizard, giant lizard centaur.
Yeah, those would be good. I mean, they would be weird. They honestly would look a lot like dragon ogre Shaggoths.
Yeah, that's the thing. A modder could probably make Zotes himself just by remodeling the dragon ogre Shaggoths.
Yeah.
Like, and that they don't fully fit with the lore either, because it is said that some Wood Elves like seek out the Zotes because the Zotes are fantastic life wizards, but other than that, the Zotes are stated to be isolationist.
Right.
Like, my understanding is the Zotes really only exist as like a monster to fight in the tabletop RPG. But I mean, like, other than that, what options do they fucking got?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Like, I've definitely seen people suggest like werebears, which would be fun. But I mean, at the same time, if they want to add bears to the Wood Elves, that kind of steals the thunder of Kislev, doesn't it?
Well, werebears are different than polar bears.
Yeah, I guess so. If they stay walking on two legs the entire time, or like if they pretty well are just skin wolves.
Werebears would be pretty cool.
They would, yeah.
I mean, if they just had like a bunch of just natural animals, even, just like interesting woodland creatures.
That was definitely one of the top suggestions, was like how back in the day you could get a Wood Elf Beastmaster hero and he could take a flock of deer, wolves, boars, or bears. But I mean, between those four, like, the Beastmen already get war boars, several factions already get war dogs.
Yeah.
And I mean, Wood Elves already get deer cavalry, so just having a herd of deer would be kind of lame.
Yeah, that's fair. What else? They could have a sloth, giant sloth.
Yes, a giant sloth.
Yes, giant sloth.
I love it.
It doesn't do anything, but if you get near it, you get herpes.
You haven't heard of the actual giant sloth?
Well, it's not that fucking giant.
Yeah,
Wait, are we talking
huge.
about like a prehistoric creature that's extinct?
Yes.
Okay.
Look at
Okay,
that
there we
fucking
go.
thing. That's like 3 times the size of a person.
There's no precedent for it in the lore, but with that said, yes, that is amazing.
We have to have a freaking giant sloth.
I kind of want this unit to be a thing where it moves really slow, but if it gets in, like, I don't know, a 15 feet radius of enemy units, it just starts teleporting.
I mean, those things were basically...
It starts doing fucking raging demons, you mean?
Yes.
To units that are like a third of its size.
Yes. No, he
can only do the raging demon if it sees another giant.
He does them to the whole battalion at the same time.
Battalion.
Look, I don't know my army speech, so I just say whatever the closest thing that comes to mind is.
Neither do I, but Total War makes me feel like I know it. I am the ultimate armchair general.
You play all of the shogi.
I mean, like, I am fascinated to see what the Wood Elves get, but I am, like, over the fucking moon about getting the Clan Molder stuff for this Skaven.
Yeah.
I mean, just hordes of rats. Not even intelligent rats like you usually get with Skaven. Hordes of just bigger rats. Or rat men riding smaller rats. Like, I I know that there's a decent chance we might not get the rat riders, but that still seems like something modders can do. And there's just something so delightfully absurd about a Skaven, who is effectively a rat man, riding another rat, and that's your cavalry.
Yeah, the issue about Clan Mulder is that we kind of already got the Chimera rat.
We
You
did
know.
get the Chimera rat, but they still have a big dollar unit in the form of the Brood Horror, and the Brood Horror was actually in the Monstrous Arcanum. There was even a miniature for it.
The Brood Horror?
Yeah.
Yo, rat, I heard you like rats, so I put the rat on your rat, so you can rat while you rat.
Yes! Finally, someone who understands! Addy, you are a man after my own heart.
Look, the Skaven are my favorite units in Warhammer, so...
They're the fucking best. Okay, here we go. I got an image of the Brood Horror. So the Brood Horror can go as an independent monster, or it can be taken as a mount by lords, and here's what it looks like.
Ah.
Oh, so
Vorat.
Yeah, horrible. I love it.
I was thinking that this was the Brood Horror.
No, that's someone's persona.
Oh no!
I looked up Clan Mulder monsters and that came up.
Jesus. Fucking people make porn of anything, I tell you.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Just let me have my pure fucking rat cavalry, man. Come on, let me have this. Get this filthy degeneracy out, so I can have rats riding rats.
And then the guy with the swords on top of... And then the guy with the sword.
Emperor Trump would love to make this as a mod.
Emperor Trump would love to make anything into a mod, I guess. As long as
it has boobs.
Okay, for those Addy and Pink, there is a modder who makes nude mods of every female character in Warhammer.
Who is also Donald Trump.
Yeah.
It's actually just ex-President Trump. It's what he does in his free time.
Now that he's not president anymore, he'll be making more nude mods. Oh no!
Yeah. But like, just edit the guy with the sword of the double-headed red and put it on top of the freaking, like, in the neck of the sexy red, or whatever you want to describe it. I don't know what words to describe this this world. Yes.
I don't know what words there are to describe this world either, brother. It's weird and wonderful and horrible and wrong and right and yes and no.
And full of rat porn.
Oh no. Now it's very no.
Yeah. Oh, bloody hell. I was going to say something, but I don't remember what, so whatever.
Whatever, we're gonna get rats with machine guns for arms. Shut up.
You're gonna get rats with machine guns for boobs.
Oh no!
I mean,
we've been watching too much Austin Powers, have we?
Yes. But I mean, hey, look on the bright side. At least they will have 6.
Oh my god, that is a unit. Someone actually suggested that they should add the female Skaven. And I was like, I don't think they're going to ever acknowledge the female Skaven, considering how weird that is.
Do they look like the Brood Mothers from Dragon Age?
Pretty well, except instead of like being, horrible abominations against, well, they're still horrible abominations against nature, but it's female Skaven pretty well just like eat loads of food and loads of drugs. And
so, like Brood Mothers?
Oh god, did you have to post a picture? It's a good thing that's not going in the video. Oh boy. Yeah, and then the elite Skaven get
that we make.
The elite Skaven get to sleep with the female Skaven, but there's ever-present danger there that the female Skaven may be so high out of her mind that she eats the male.
Sounds like real rats.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, there's no way they would add that unit, but at least 2 people have suggested it, so there's that, I guess. It's not like they're fucking lacking for Clan Mulder possibilities. There's an entire Clan Mulder army list. Jesus.
They can add it when they do the inevitable Skaven versus Slanesh crossover.
Shut up. When they add Slanesh at all, it's going to be weird because it's Slanesh, so everything should be super sexual, but they're going to censor everything because Total War doesn't have nudity.
Maybe they'll release a nudity DLC.
No, the fuck they aren't.
Hot coffee mod. What if,
I think even Total War's got standards, man.
what if one of the DLCs for Total War was just adding in the freaking the code, not even the mechanic or the freaking animation, just the code for the hot coffee mod from San Andreas.
You load into a battle and you just see what's that happening in the middle of the field? Oh, it's CJ having sex with his girlfriend. Interesting. Why are their clothes still on? It cracks me up that they went so far as to have CJ's voice actor record lines for the hot coffee thing. Did not ever actually make naked models of any of the characters.
Yeah.
What a weird time in gaming.
Yeah.
The fact they had to re-release the game because the original versions got relabeled to AO is also very weird.
Nowadays, we just release stuff like Last of Us Part 2 with, like, very, very clear sex that's very, full frontal and everything.
I mean, I was
And
going to bring up the
that's-
Watch Dogs 2, like, stripper vagina controversy.
That one was legitimately. That one was actually worse. What that one was if you killed a woman with a skirt and looked up her skirt, she would not be wearing any underwear. Like, it wasn't even strippers; it was just any woman on the street.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
All the like the way I heard it was just, oh, if you look up a stripper's skirt, or sometimes you just see vagina flopping about. But like,
You make it sound like it was a physics object.
The worst one was Beyond. What's that? Shoot,
Beyond
what's
Two
it called?
Souls.
Any David Cage game.
Yeah, the David Cage game where they like made a nude model for Ellen Page. Without
Right.
her consent. Without her consent.
Right, and it was actually fully modeled, even though you can't see like the nipples or the genitalia. Someone hacked the game to export the model, and it does have fully modeled nipples and genitalia.
Yep.
And it is also worth mentioning that David Cage has a notebook full of childhood pictures of Ellen Page.
Ugh.
That's
Yeah,
not at all.
How did he
Yeah.
not get Me Too'd?
because he's French.
I was going to
So
joke
was the
that, but
Ubisoft guy?
he wasn't
But
French enough. I guess.
Like, I guess people just forgive the French for being sexist in the same way they forgive, like, Middle Easterners for being homophobic. Like, they can get away with it. No one else can, but they can. Like, what? Excuse me? Oh, shit. Oh, damn it. I punched my mic again.
Nice.
Deserved it.
Yeah, that's for last night, fucker. That's what you get for fucking my wife.
I'm pissing on the moon. Microphone, you idiot.
Oh. Oh,
Uh.
boy. Is he out of the hospital? Did he have a good recovery?
I don't know.
The fact that I haven't heard news at all, it's probably a no news is good news situation.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hopefully. The guy, there's this, I guess you can call it famous now, fan dub of Sonic Adventure 2, where they just muted the cutscenes and did improv over it. And the guy who made a really funny Eggman, he went into the hospital a bit of a time ago. I forget when.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's
The nice
sad.
thing about me not recording for this one is that I can go ahead and get that video and now paste it in the recording text. Soon, just go ahead and watch that right now.
Nah, I'm good.
It was actually funny, not in the
Okay,
dank
fine.
meme kind of way. It was actually a really funny delivery of just random improv lines. Oh, I can hear it in the background. He's putting an announcement on his Twitter.com.
He said this dick was this big. Uh,
I don't want to interrupt because it's so good.
yeah, same here.
No, man, I don't even care for like all the other stuff I've been exposed to from that dub, but that Eggman is perfect.
I liked some of it, but like Eggman stole the show. Like there were some good parts in it that sometimes didn't feature Eggman, but usually Eggman was there. So
Whenever Eggman isn't on screen, you should be asking, "Where's Eggman?"
and the thing is, like some of the I forget his name is Edgar, right?
I don't know what his name is. No.
Whatever, the guy who did Eggman. Like one of the jokes that they laugh a lot at is when Shadow is revealed. He's like, I put hot sauce on everything from coffee to Twinkies or something like that. That's actually something that they discussed before the show about how the guy who dubbed Eggman had a classmate who did that. Bless you.
Thank you.
But yeah, I like that joke as well, just because of the context and how it's like I like how they structured it, but you need the context for it.
I'm happier with this without context. Obama, you idiot.
Yeah. The thing with this with the call out though, like the best part is they knew that was gold. All of the guys who were dubbing it over were like, okay, let's all stop recording, make sure we all got that, and then we continue.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I ain't done nothing else this week, so I'm good back to Paul.
All right, Pink, say tingle.
Tango.